We have gone through the preparations and best practices for using AirMapper to do a Wi-Fi site survey. Now it's time to go out and do a survey. Let's go surveying. Hello, I'm Mike Panaki, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use AirMapper from NetAlly to perform a Wi-Fi site survey. In the previous videos I've gone through the reasons we do surveys, how to prepare to do the survey, and some of the best practices. Now it's time to do the survey. Since AirMapper is available on both the AirCheck G2 wireless tester and the EtherScopenXG Portable Network Expert, I'm going to show you how to set up each of those individually. Once your preferred tool is configured and the floor plan has been imported, the site survey process will be the same on both. After the site survey is complete, we'll go through how you can upload the results to Link Live or save them locally. Let's start with the AirCheck G2 wireless tester. The first step is to ensure the channel scan time is set to 110 milliseconds. This value is a balance of waiting long enough to pick up the beacons from access points in the area you're surveying, which typically go out every 100 milliseconds, and reducing the time it takes to scan through all the channels. To change the channel scan time, we first tap the settings icon. Then we go to the 802.11 settings. From here, we go to channels and bands. The default value for the channel scan time is 250 milliseconds. Tapping the drop-down next to this option allows us to select 110 milliseconds. If you're in a noisy environment, meaning lots of access points or non-802.11 interferers, you may need to increase the number above 110 milliseconds. It is not a bad idea to do a quick survey, upload the results, and review them. If you see some missing SSIDs or APs you know exist, increase the channel scan time to ensure they are discovered during the site survey. This is one of those values that may need to be tweaked to achieve the most accurate results. While we're on this screen, it's a good time to decide which channels you're going to scan. Scanning all the channels will give you a good view of everything that's out there. This is useful when looking for access points that are sitting on channels that will overlap with the ones you are using. However, the more channels you scan, the longer it'll take to get through them. If you're validating your existing Wi-Fi network, it may not be necessary to scan everything. You could select not to scan those channels not being used on your network. This will reduce the time it takes to scan all the channels at each data collection point. By default, the EtherScopenXG is set to 110 milliseconds, so you know how to change it. Let's see where that setting is located. I'll start by tapping on the menu icon. Then I'll go to General Settings and Wi-Fi Channels and Bands. As with the AirCheck G2, it is from here we can select which channels will be scanned. On the EtherScopenXG, the time that is spent scanning on each channel is known as the dwell time, instead of the channel scan time. As with the AirCheck G2, the dwell time can be increased for better visibility in noisy environments. Now I will copy my floor plan to a USB thumb drive. Remember, it needs to be in JPEG or PNG format. An important detail to keep in mind is that the AirCheck G2 will only look in the root directory of the USB thumb drive for floor plans. Be sure to copy the floor plan image to the root of the USB thumb drive. Do not save it inside a folder. After I've copied the file to the USB thumb drive, I can connect the drive to the AirCheck G2 or the EtherScopenXG. We'll start the process for the AirCheck G2. I will tap on the AirMapper option on the AirCheck G2 home screen. Then I will tap on the settings icon. After that, I will tap on the name field and give the survey a descriptive name, and then enter a description. This is a good idea for documentation purposes. Next, I will tap on the floor plan option and select Add Floor Plan. The AirCheck G2 will display a list of all the JPEG and PNG files found in the root of the USB thumb drive. From this list, I will select the desired floor plan. After selecting the floor plan, I will tap on the Dimensions option to calibrate the floor plan. This will allow me to use interactive markers to provide a known distance. Just move the markers to select a known distance between 2 points on the floor plan. After that, tap on the Marker Distance option to provide the distance between the two markers. Don't guess while providing the distance information. The accuracy of your site survey measurements will depend on the accuracy of the calibration. Now we need to add the signal propagation. This is another very important value that will help determine the accuracy of your site survey. Using smaller signal propagation values will make your site survey more accurate, but will increase the time it will take to perform the site survey. Meanwhile, using bigger propagation values can save time, but will lower the accuracy of your site survey. Here are some examples of signal propagation values commonly used for different environments. For restricted space environments such as hotels or walled offices, use 10 feet. For open office spaces, such as those with cubicles, use 20 feet. For commercial space, such as a warehouse, convention center, or mall, use 30 feet. For outdoor spaces with no RF obstructions, you can use up to 250 feet. After setting the signal propagation, tap Apply. Now tap the back arrow to return to the AirMapper screen. For the EtherScopenXG, I'll start by tapping the AirMapper app. Then I'll tap on the settings icon. As with the AirCheck G2, I'll provide a descriptive name and a description for the site survey. Next, I'll tap on the floor plan. In the lower right corner of the screen, I'll tap on the floating action button. I'll then tap the menu in the upper left corner. At the bottom of this list, I see the USB drive. Tapping on the drive will display preview of the files. From here, I can select the desired floor plan. After selecting the floor plan, I can calibrate using the same process as the AirCheck G2. I'll tap back, and I'll make sure the desired floor plan is selected. Then I'll tap back one more time. Since the EtherScopenXG can utilize a number of Android apps, your options for getting the floor plan file to the analyzer are many. Use a web browser, email, cloud-based storage app, whatever works best for you. Using the previous recommendations, I'll enter a signal propagation value and tap OK. Now I'm ready to perform the site survey. The following is the same for both the AirCheck G2 and the EtherScopenXG. I will use 2 fingers to pinch and zoom to the starting location of the survey. Once I'm at the location, I'll tap Start. After 5 to 10 seconds, I'll tap the screen. A red circle will appear. Once the circle turns green, I will walk to a location at the edge of that circle. I'll wait 5 to 10 seconds and then tap the screen at my location on the floor plan. Once the circle turns green, I move to the next location. Notice that the size of the circle will be determined by the signal propagation information that was provided. Also, the time spent waiting before tapping on the screen is used to allow the unit to scan through all the desired channels, and will depend on the number of channels scanned and the channel scan time. I will repeat this process until the survey is complete. On the AirCheck G2, if I make a mistake and tap on the wrong place, I can use the Undo button at the bottom of the screen to delete the previous data points. In the case of the EtherScopenXG, the Undo button is on the upper right of the screen. If I want to pause or save my test results so far, I can tap Stop. I can then tap Resume to continue with the site survey. On the AirCheck G2, saving your survey results is accomplished by tapping the Save icon. From here, you can select a destination. This can be either Link Live or local. If you select Link Live, the survey will be queued up until the AirCheck G2 has an internet connection. This can be through the Ethernet port on the side or by running a connection test on an available Wi-Fi network. When saving the site survey results, you have the option to add a survey comment as well as a job comment. both will be attached as a label to the survey file in Link Live. Selecting Local will save the .amp file to the AirCheck G2. This file may then be opened using AirMagnet Survey Pro, or you can upload the .amp file into Link Live. To upload the file, log into Link Live, go to the AirMapper section, and click on the Upload icon. From here, you can select the file and upload it. When saving the survey on the EtherScopenXG, tap on the Upload icon. There are two choices available: either upload to Link Live or export to Survey Pro. Selecting Upload to Link Live will display the upload screen. From here, you can enter an optional survey comment and job comment. Tapping on Save to AirMapper Files will upload the survey to Link Live. It is important to note that this upload does require an internet connection through either one of the management interfaces or network interfaces on the EtherScopenXG. But even if you don't have an internet connection when you conduct and save the survey, go ahead and follow the Upload to Link Live step. The unit will queue the data up until it can access the cloud. Selecting Export to Survey Pro will allow you to save the .amp file to the local drive or USB thumb drive. This file can then be opened using AirMagnet Survey Pro or uploaded manually into Link Live. To recap, it is important to set the channel scan dwell time before beginning the survey. Make sure you have calibrated the floor plan correctly and selected a signal propagation distance that is appropriate for the facility you are surveying. In the next video, I will go through the process of reviewing the results in Link Live. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and be sure to check out the other videos on using AirMapper to perform Wi-Fi site surveys.